Reserve champion Hereford was Eiley Sims from Stephenville, Texas, gilt bred by Bottlebergs. Slayton Vaughn was third, Lindsay Lowry fourth, Cole Kate fifth, Madison Hancock sixth, and Tatum Gingo was seventh.
Riley Kleinert, McKenna Thompson, Lindsay Lowry, and Shiner Westmoreland to please get to the ring.
So we are starting in on our spot division here in the lightweight spot gilts. You just heard our ring announcer say that we're short a few, so should have 7 head, I believe, here in the lightweight spot division. 8 head, actually. Got one weighed and sent to the scales. 5 of them in the ring at this time. Here comes number 6 for our judge. Like Jet Monroe was the first one weighed and sent to the holding pen, so he's waiting.
Went ahead and pulled another one as we wait for the last one to get in here.
I think that's Lindsay Lowry. I hope I'm not wrong, but I think that's Lindsay Lowry. It's getting weighed. But its pig is getting weighed.
Yeah, an important distinction there. We do not weigh the showmen. We, in fact, do weigh the pigs here.
This is our final one comes in now here. We got an 8 head here in the lightweight spots. We got 2 weighed and sent to the holding pen. I think we weighed one more. Kyle Williams is headed to the scales. Shelby Brown gets sent to the scales. Again, 8 head in this first spot class. Like he's going to weigh 4 and redrive 4. And he's got 4 that he's going to place. Again, this is the first class of spot prospect gilts. We have 3 total classes of spots and then 1 class of Yorks to wrap up our purebred breeding gilt prospect show.
Last 28 of the spots to start coming to the ring. Once again, that is spot class 28. Please start coming to the ring.
Now we're redriving this top 4. think this is Lindsay Lowry. If that is Lindsay Lowry that came out first, she's got a gilt bred by Jennings. And we've got Jet Monroe comes out next. Jet's gilt bred by Rowe. Shelby Brown comes out now. The gilt bred by Knight Show Pigs. And I think our fourth one here in the top four is Kyle Williams with a gilt that she bred herself, bred by Kyle Williams. Nice set here at the top end of our spotted drive.
That Lowry gilt, that one sure is hairy.
I hope that's right. I think that is. Yeah, she's got a little shag to go with being a very high quality spot gilt on top of that. Pretty good lineup. Get our judge Kyle Hicks from Elgin, Oklahoma, lining up the top end of our lightweight spot gilt class. Top three here still out in the ring.
Brandon, does our mullet counter go up if it's the same kid?
No, it can only be counted once.
Darn. I guess you don't really run into that at San Antonio.
Nope, they don't get to show one.
Kyle's got quite the set out here for this top three.
Pretty good set of spot gilts.
Yeah, it's only the first class of spots. I think we got 3 classes lined up, and they're all pretty nice. Should be a nice division.
Kyle Williams goes in third. Down to his final decision here in the lightweight spot gilt class. And we have 3 classes of these spot gilts. Here's your judge, Kyle Hicks, with his decision in the lightweight spots.
I think a guy could sit around and pick apart a good one all day long and come up with all kinds of reasons not to use her, but I like this gilt right here in the middle. She does it for me. You want to talk about one that's exotic from the side, one that's tall-shouldered, one that's tight-throated. Is she perfect? No, she's not. She's probably got a little bit too much going on in the fit department for what this judge prefers, but that's one right there. When she comes at you, she's broad-chested. She's got a big rib cage. Her back shape's rolled up in her. She gets out and gets across the show ring with plenty of ease. Young man right here is going to go second. Young man, I absolutely loved your gilt when she hit the ring. She's comfortable. She checks all the boxes. Her balance and her build is what does it for me. She doesn't have to join in her body. Just stouten her up and give her a little bit more of a kind of exotic look to get her into the one hole today. But a very, very good gilt to go second. Young lady, I like your gilt right here in third. I feel like as the drive went on, she just got a little uncomfortable and a little too choppy out of her hind two, but an extremely good gilt to go third. Young lady coming out here in fourth has a really burly made, stout bone, square built one. A gilt that just from the initial, when the drive started, I wanted to free this gilt up a little bit off either of her skeleton. I wanted to see her just a little more fluid. I wanted to see her a little more comfortable. But a gilt that's got a ton of quality with a bright future, in my opinion. Young man coming out here in 5th has a big rib, broad made, bulky one. A gilt that we just need to raise up at the point of her shoulder and just give her a shot more look from her blade forward to get along better in this particular class today. But a highly competitive gilt there to go 5th. Young lady coming out here in 6th. Here's one that's short-bodied and tall-shouldered. She does have the big rib cage working in her, especially for being green and immature about her muscle. This one just needs more bone, more feature, more foot, down low at the ground, but an extremely nice gilt, highly competitive, probably got a bright future ahead of her as well. Young lady here in the pink sweater, her gilt just needs to be bigger stature. I read this gilt just a little too much flesh, a little too much bulk off her. I'd like to lengthen her out of her hip as well, but just make this one just a little taller, a little bigger statured. I feel like she gets along better today. Congratulations. Young lady coming out to round the class has a broad-made, good built one. She just runs out of extras and are highly competitive, but a good gilt nonetheless. Congratulations.
And here are the results from spot class 27. In 4th place is Shelby Brown. 3rd place goes to Kaya Williams. In 2nd place is Jet Monroe. And in 1st place, Lindsay Lowry.
Wraps up our first class of spot gilt prospects. Move into that middleweight class. 8 head in the middleweight class of spot gilts as well. Again, we have 3 classes. Class winner in class 27 overall, the first class of spot prospect gilts was Lindsay Lowry from Troop, Texas, gilt bred by Jennings Show Pigs. Second was Jet Monroe from Ivordale, Texas, gilt bred by Lane and Braxton Bro. Third was Kyle Williams. 4th was Shelby Brown. 5th was Shiner Westmoreland. 6th was Riley Clenard. 7th was Cody Kelso. And 8th was McKenna
And this is a
Thompson.
reminder, once again, all champions and reserves need to get their pictures taken. So champions and reserves, please make your way over to the photo booth.
Well, we got another class here that's got about 8 head in it. I believe he's already pinned up 2 of them, or at least one of them's in the process, getting weighed right now. Got a few more that need to come into the ring here. Pin that one up as well. Brandon, I believe that's your fellow Kansan over there that just got pinned. Do you prefer Kansan or Yankee?
Yeah, they're not really Yankees. That's not far enough north, but Kansan would be fine. Kate Hikus again from Olathe, Kansas gets a pin. Oh, shoot, the first one was that got pinned was. Again, 8 head here in the middleweight class of spot gilt prospects.
29, it needs to start coming to the ring, please. Once again, that is class 29 spot. Start coming to the ring.
That is final call for our last class of spots. So 3 classes of spots. And we've got breed and reserve champion spot, and then 1 class of Yorks, and then we'll move into our top 5 overall prospect breeding gilts purebred division. So to redrive this class, here we've got Kate Hikus from Olathe, brings a gilt outbred by Hamilton Livestock. Redriving 4, it looks like.
Been very impressed with the top end of some of these breeds. You know, these purebreds, you know, they don't tend to be the biggest breeds whenever you go to any major, but the quality does run deep here at this Texas National.
Yeah, top end's always good here, and you know, obviously it's a big show, and a lot of people want to break out their good one and kind of see where they stand today and find out what they need to do to get their tweaks done between now and that major endpoint. So 4th place goes to Kate Hikus as she heads into that 4th place pin, down to the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the 5th, 6th, and 7th places today, you know, they got some bright futures ahead of them. There's been some quality down there on the bottom end as well. Just, you know, need a little bit more time. Excited to see where they end up further down the road.
Yeah, and the unique thing I've always figured out, and it depends on how hard you hit the jackpot circuit, but everyone has a different philosophy and conditioning program that they want to keep their hogs on, in terms of maybe keeping them a little leaner and raw, or keeping them maybe a little juicier through those growth periods. But you know, the end point's still the same, and the ultimate plan should be where you want to wrap it up and into that. So.
Yeah, and we've had some hogs that did real good at jackpots, and then
Young man there on the far side is going to start the class. This one right here has got a really exotic kind of look, and it's all shouldered and got a big rib cage. But more than anything, what separates itself in this particular class is her running gear. That one gets out and goes, and she doesn't quit. Really nice gilt to win the class. Young lady coming in here in second. I really like your gilt's muscularity. I like her body shape. She just needs to be a little freer moving off of either end of her skeleton. Young lady coming in here in third. Here's a really good build, long, loose spine one. We just got to pull this one apart at the ground. We got to give her more meat and potatoes off either end of her skeleton to move up on in this class. Young lady coming out here in fourth. I really like Gil. When she hit the ring, I thought we had an absolute however, when you get right in behind this one and study her coming right at you, she's just got too much. We need to chill her out. We need to pull some meat. We need to pull some muscle out of her skeleton and square her back up and free her up off both ends of her skeleton. Young man come next. Young man coming out next. Here's a good build, loose mace, attractive one. We just need more stoutness, more muscle, and more overall meat and potatoes into this female. Young man right here coming out next. We need to make this gilt taller shouldered. We need to give her more extension from her blade forward and more muscle shape up high. The two pigs coming out next, the young lady and the young man. Both of these gilts, we just need to give them more muscle, more rib, and more body. We need to mash the spine down in these things and make them leveler and taller shouldered from the side. Congratulations, good class of pigs.
And, excuse me, and here are the results for Class 28 spot. In fourth place, Kate Hikus. Third place goes to Tatum Jingo. Second place is Braylee McCown, and in first place, Grady Lowry.
So wrapped up that middleweight class and getting ready to show our final class, our heavyweight class of spot prospect gilts. Top class winner there in the middleweights was exhibited by Grady Lowry from Troop, Texas. Another gilt bred by Jennings Show Pigs. Braylee McCown was second. The gilt, Braylee's from Azle, Texas. That gilt was bred by Royal Crown Show Pigs. Third was Tatum Gingo. Fourth was Kate Hikas. Fifth was Luke Marcus. Sixth was Lucas Lopez. Seventh was Bailey Coker. And eighth was Lucas Lopez. Again, 8 head here in our heavyweight spot gilt class as well. So we have this class, and then we'll show for Grand and Reserve Champion spot gilt, and then we'll have one class of Yorkshires, and have our champion and reserve champion Yorkshire prospect selected out of that class, and then we'll show for a top 5 in the prospect purebred gilt show.
Quick reminder about the cornhole tournament. That will start 1 hour after we wrap up showmanship. And 30 minutes after showmanship, you need to go over to the cornhole area. Look for Brooke and Bryn. Get yourself signed up. And it is $10 per team. $10 per team to enter the cornhole tournament.
Again, 8 head here in our final class of spots, the heavyweight prospect gilt class. Like he's got one that he sent to the scales and weighed already and headed to the holding pen, another one on the scales. If he stays consistent, he'll probably redrive three or four head in this last class of spot
gilts.
gilts.
Second places from the previous spot classes come back to the ring to get ready for the championship drive. Once again, that's first and second place from the previous 2 spot classes. Please start coming back to the ring for the championship drive.
Cash McCamey's headed to the scales now, so that's his third one he's kept here in this final class. He sent one more, so he's going to redrive 4 here in this last class of spots. He's placing the rest.
All right, folks, after we get done with the spots here, we have one more purebred breed to go, and then we will have the Grand Championship Parade and the Grand Championship Drive.
Always love a good parade.
Yeah, we'll have a nice parade of our purebred breed and reserve breed champions here in the Prospect Gilt Show. And that'll be coming up pretty quickly here. We're on our final class of spots. We'll pick champion and reserve champion spot, then one class of Yorks, and then we'll roll into that overall top 5 in the Prospect Breeding Gilt Show. Pretty good guilty young lady here in the red sweater's got.
That's what I was just starting to think. I was craning my neck to get a better look at that one.
Comes Cash McCamey out here in the top 4 in this final class of spots.
I'd say it's just been a real nice drive here in the spot division.
Yeah, anxious to see that other pair out here and whatever wins this class. So very good quality.
Yeah, there's a little bit of size variation, but I honestly would respect picking any of the three. Judge goes ahead and places fourth, and he's got 3 left to work.
He just placed third, too. So
He
it's
placed
down
third.
between the young lady in the red sweater and Cash McCamey for our class winner here as we wrap up our spot breed. Our judge, Kyle Hicks, is studying that pair. Kyle from Elgin, Oklahoma. Here he is with his final selection.
Young lady's going to win our class here. Really a spotted gilt. This one right here, she checks all the boxes. She does have that spread. She's got some muscle. She's got some power. More importantly, she's got the hip. She's got fluid and flex to her hind leg. And right beside her, she's square. She's to the ground than our second place gilt. Our second place gilt, she's a meat wagon. She's got a lot of stoutness. She's got a lot of power. I also appreciate that gilt's look and build from the side. She's just packing too much heat from behind. We got to bring her back inside of herself and loosen her up off of her hind too. Young man coming out here in third. I really like this gilt. I don't know if she's got something going on in her blade or she's a little tighter spine. She's got a little bit of it. But whenever she does level out, it's just that look from the side. I really. But more than anything, we just need more to her today in relation to our gilts that were first and second. We need more shape. We need more we need more. Young lady coming out here for a really tall shoulder, good build. A really good build. Athletic kind of a gilt. More than anything, though, this gilt just needs stouter bone work. She needs more foot, more bone to compete higher in this class. Young lady coming out here in fifth, a really good built kind of gilt. Needs just more muscle, more overall power, more shape to move up higher in the class. Young man coming out next, a lot to be said the same with him. We need more shape, we need more hump, we need more rib shape. This gilt right here, we need to smooth her out through her ham loin, and we need to just give her a little fresher appearance overall. Nice kind of gilt to go fifth though. Young lady coming out here around the class out. Got a really stout bone gilt. Just needs more freshness, more body, more rib, more fill.
And here are the results for Class 29 of the spots. In fourth place, Skylar Connor. In third place is Tanner Hoskins. Second place goes to Cash McCamey. And in first place, Maddie Barron.
Yeah, we're getting ready to show for our champion spot prospect gilt. Class winner out of that last class, Maddie Barron from Alvord, Texas, a gilt bred by Big Much Genetics. Second was Cash McCamey from Hawkins, Texas, with a gilt bred by West Texas Genetics. Now showing for our champion spot prospect out of that lightweight class, your class winner exhibited by Lindsay Lowry from Troop, Texas, bred by Jennings Show Pigs. Your middleweight class winner exhibited by Grady Lowry from Troop, Texas, gilt bred by Jennings Show Pigs as well. And then our final heavyweight class winner exhibited by Maddie Barron from Alvord, Texas, the gilt bred by Big Much Genetics. Three very nice spot gilts out here. Our judge Kyle Hicks will now be picking our champion and reserve champion spot gilt.
And at this time, we need a Class 32 Yorkshire to start coming to the ring. Once again, that's Class 32 Yorkshire. Please start coming to the ring.
I don't have much of a poker face. It's a two-horse race out here, in my opinion, between our first and second class. I think those gilts are very similar in type and kind and build. I think one of them just does it with just a nickel more everywhere. She's got just a little more forearm. She's got just a little more turn to her cage, and she's got just a little more edge up high. Young lady right here in front of me will be your champion spot today.
Your spot prospect gilt champion is exhibited by Lindsay Lowry from Troop, Texas. Congratulations to Lindsay, that gilt bred by Jennings Show Pigs. Now bring in Jet Monroe from Iverdale, Texas. It was second in that class, gilt bred by Bro.
Young man drops that second place gilt down. Definitely doesn't take away from the quality all. We talked to that gilt about just being so basic and complete and so fluid in her movement. Hard to build one like that from the side. You know, I feel like there was a gilt that chased our reserve relatively closely. The decision for champion was hard. Young man on the far side will have your reserve spot gilt.
Reserve champion spot is out of the middleweight class, exhibited by Grady Lowry from Troop, Texas, gilt bred by Jennings Show Pigs. Congratulations to the Lowrys. Champion was Lindsay Lowry. Reserve champion was Grady Lowry. We now move to that one class of Yorkshire prospect gilts. Have 9 head in this single Yorkshire class. First and second will be your champion and reserve champion Yorkshire prospect gilt, and then we'll go to our top 5 in the purebred prospect gilt show.
Your champion is Lindsay Lowry, and the reserve is Grady Lowry.
Again, 9 head here in our final breed of the prospect breeding, purebred breeding gilt show. On the conclusion of this class of Yorkshires, we'll move into our overall top 5.
Here this weekend that y'all need to check out. If you need any Champion's Choice oil, you can get that over here just to the right of where I am, probably be to the left of where most of y'all are situated. You go over there, you can also get some Snowflake shavings or Champion shavings. We also have Chrysalis Hope Custom Hat Bar and Boutique. Got some really neat clothing items over there. We also have the Red Pony. Their specialty over there right now is pocket knives. You can get one and then get a second for half off, or they've got some Damascus blades, 2 for $100. They also have some other gift items over there. And we also have Red Barn Creations 605. That's just got a bunch of repurposed stuff. I'll let you know what the proprietor says her real slogan is. I can't exactly say it here in public, but it fits, and she's got some great stuff over there, so check out Red Barn Creations 605.
Nice drive of Yorkshires out there. It looks like we already got one pinned up. Still waiting on 2 of them to get here.
Into the crossbred
All right,
gilt
folks,
show.
this is the last of the purebreds. Once we get done with the Yorkshires, we will get set up for the Grand Championship Parade, and then
You got four pins, 1 at the scale, so that's 5. And 8. Maybe they're one short here. No, I think he's already got
I
one
believe
place.
the 9th one just came in.
Yeah, I think we're all here now.
That's right.
All right, at this time, we need all reserves and champions to start coming to the ring so we can get ready for the Grand Championship Parade and Drive. Once again, that is all reserves and champions. Please start coming back to the ring.
So you're working 5?
I think we're reworking the top 5 here in our Yorkshire single class, our Yorkshire breed.